Hey, welcome to Mark's Garage Channel. Just a retired engineer who loves old trucks, and I'm trying to figure it all out by watching YouTube and working along. This is Missy the Wonder Dog, and I hope you like and subscribe. I just want to document this. I already did a video on my brake cylinder replacement and how I got it done, but notice that spring, I put it in wrong. It's supposed to be on a clip that's behind there. When I went over to the driver's side and I took it apart, it's a completely different spring. So this is the wrong spring. So what I'm going to do is go out to my donor chassis out in the backyard and pop a wheel off, pop the drum off, see if I got the right spring, because this is definitely not right. So I'm out in the rain grabbing that looks like the right spring to me. But I'm looking at those pads. They're a different setup than what's on the Chevy axle that I have. I don't have those retainers on mine, unless they're supposed to be there and they're not, but I don't think that's the case. It just looks like a different setup on GMC than Chevy back in the day. This is a 47. No, yeah, that's a 47 axle from the original truck, and those original brakes. You can see the guy cut the drum with a torch to get the thing to spin. So those brake pads are probably frozen right to the drum. They didn't even bother trying to get them out. But I'm going to try to get that spring out. I don't know if I got to take the brake cylinder off to get at it, but I'm going to try. So there's the rear brakes all on. I got to tell you, every pin, every clamp, or whatever they're called, fought me. These things here, down the bottom. Let me get my finger in here. You got to squeeze that. There's a retainer in the back. That fought me. The next one up, retainer fought me. That, see, it's got a little bend to it. Even that hook thing was a pain in the neck to get hooked. But look at that. New cylinder. Everything's all cleaned up. Just got to get the spring. There's the spring from. Hey, good morning. Let me just give you an update on what's going on with the brakes here. Now I've changed the seal. I put the axle back in. Started to put the new shoes on. They went on pretty well. They're pretty tricky with the pins and whatnot and the retainers. But I put them on. Everything looks good. But I couldn't get the drum to go back on. The thing seems to be expanded too much. In comparison to the other side, it looks to me like the lever for the parking brake cable is pulled, or parking brake is pulled too far in. So the parking brake's maybe on, and I'm just speculating. But then, as I investigated the cable, and I started playing around with the clevis where it was attached, it broke. So I ordered a new cable. So what I plan on doing today, while I'm waiting for that cable, is I'm going to open these brakes up. I'll have to strap this closed, make sure it doesn't fly open. I use some welding wire for that. I'll disconnect the spring, disconnect the retainers, and this thing's just split open. And then, so I got this thing opened up, and just as I suspected, you got to move this, in and out. The cable comes across here. You're supposed to pull on that lever. That cable doesn't move. Lesson learned. Probably check that before you put this thing all together. But I got a new cable on order. Be here a few days. I got plenty of other things to do in the meantime, including maybe some touch-up paint on this frame and on those shocks. Keep you posted. Here's another little fun fact I learned from two different sources, same thing. Volfant and Jayhawker, both on YouTube. Both have old vehicles with these types of brakes. This little tab here on the drum has to line up with a hole. So I'm looking at this, and there's no hole. And then I look very closely. There's a hole. It's packed with grease. So I'm going to clean that out. And when I put the drum on, it should line up with that tab goes in that hole, and then it'll sit flush. But Fun fact. Hey, good afternoon. I'm just wrapping up this video about brakes. This is the passenger side. I ended up getting a new brake cable, parking brake cable. Installed it. This clevis is the original clevis. Reuse the boot, but the cable goes into there and it attaches to this. Now this pin here really fought me. I had to use the I had to take this whole piece off and then put it in a vise to press that out and then get it back in. I just watched my friend OG, I think he's out in Utah. He's doing a 504 frame swap and he bent his to shit getting it out. But the way to get it off is really just put it in a press. Or on the other side, I have my ball joint clamp I used on the other side. That's the box that the brake cable came in. It's new old stock from Lyle, C74. I got it on eBay from one guy, and then I had to buy the other one from another guy, but they're like 50 bucks each with shipping. Not cheap. So as soon as that second cable comes in, I'll pop that off. See, the clevis is still attached to that one. I can't get the, I got to get that out with the vise. And then I'll pull that cable. All the bolts are already out of the cable. The cable's disconnected. The brakes are open. So you have the baling wire, the welding wire holding these together. Just want to say thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. I love the comments and the encouragement. It really helps because some days you just get up and go, why bother?